Aloha, beautiful people. So, I'm starting with a new one. We'll get straight into it because I know that there will be people here who have come here specifically for this perfume. This is the new one in my collection. So, weather-wise, a bit all over the place again, but we had like a 26-degree day. It started at like, I don't know, 12 degrees, and then when I left for work and then when I got home, it was like 26 degrees. It was 23 degrees in my flat. I thought it was the perfect time to test this bad boy out. This is green tea, strawberry and basil from Elizabeth Arden. So if you've been with me for a while, if you're one of my regular subscribers from way back when, you'll know I've tested a lot of these. I adore the original green tea. It's one of my long-term loves. I've had it since like in my collection in and out since like 2000, like just after it came out. I adore it. It's one of my favourites, top 20 for life, forever. I don't have any of the flankers. I always get rid of them. I just never like them as much as the original, and the ones that I do like, I already have things that smell a bit like it, so I'll fill you in at the end, just in case, I don't want to wind you up too much by not talking about this. But I really like basil in perfumes. I'm very fussy about strawberry. Strawberry sometimes I find goes so sickly sweet, it smells like literal sweets, and then I don't like it, or it smells like shampoo. If you've seen me before, I think you know which way this one's going to go, right? Because it's the reason I nearly always declutter these perfumes. But let's get this out. So I wore it on a hot day, warm in the beginning, hotter towards the end. Green tea, strawberry basil, a very cute bottle. Lovely. Just making sure this is bright enough and hopefully in focus. So let's put her up here. So strawberry basil. Firstly, I'm quite impressed with the fact that this actually does smell like strawberry. Like I think strawberry is probably the strongest note in this for me. Whether that's because I'm sensitive, I'm not sure. I'm just going to spray it out now. You can sense that it is a green tea perfume. Yeah, it still has a bit of that green tea in it, but it's sweeter than most of the green teas. Not the pistachio one from last time, that was super sweet. But this does have a kind of slightly sugary strawberry in it. The strawberry's strong here, like super strong. To the point where it reminds me a little bit of a slightly watermelony smell as well. I don't know if that's because of the aquatics that are in this perfume, like because it's a green tea, because it has that nice kind of sheer quality. But it's making me think of, is it watermelon batik or something it's called? A little bit like that. It's giving me that vibe. It's very sweet. To me, it is also shampoo-y, which is a shame because there's something about this one that I actually like, but wearing it, I was like, it's just the texture of it is too shampoo-y for me. It has too much of that shampoo-y harshness that I don't enjoy in nearly all of the Elizabeth Arden flankers from green tea. But I can also smell a bit of the basil, to be honest, which is nice. Because, like I said, I like basil. And I do think that having just that little bit of basil in here makes it a little bit more interesting, maybe, than some of the other strawberry-forward perfumes. I mean, seriously, if you like a shampoo perfume, you're probably going to like this. If you like a strawberry note, like traditionally, you're probably going to like this one. If you like green tea, you like strawberry, you like shampoo-y, clean perfumes, you're probably going to like this. I don't think there's enough basil to be a bother if you don't like those more herbaceous notes. I think it just gives it a slight hint of greenness that maybe stops this going into full sickly territory. So let's have a look at the notes. Herbal notes in the top, strawberry with basil. Middle notes, green tea, basil and wild strawberry. Base notes, ivy, birch, musk and galbanum. So it says that there's 2 notes of basil and herbal notes, but I think I'm getting a lot of strawberry, and if it's got wild strawberry and strawberry in it, that is, yeah, I mean, I get it. It also reminds me a tiny bit of a less syrupy, less cocktail-like version of that SJP NYC. It's that same kind of strawberry note. Another perfume that I kind of like, but I can't wear. Again, the strawberry, this kind of shampoo-y strawberry is just not something that I can deal with, but I can see that a lot of people would probably like this, because I know that a lot of shampoo perfumes are super popular, but I know a lot of people are liking strawberry. It seems to be very trendy at the moment. Can we have blueberry being trendy? Because I want blueberry. But anyway, yeah, so I wore this for most of the day, but I didn't top up with this because honestly, I was very bored of it. Like, it just made me want to wear my other kind of fruity tea perfume, my favourite, the Boom, what's it called? Green Tea Cherry Blossom, which is like, is so my favourite fruity tea perfume. And I was like, I wish I'd worn that. So this one's just too shampooey for me. I don't love it, but I do think it's a nice flanker. I think it's one of the better flankers that I've smelt. So in terms of like the flankers from this line, I think my favourite is the Coconut Breeze. I gave that one to my friend just because it really smells like a cross between my Aquolina Coconut Yuzu and the original green tea. And because I have those two separate perfumes, I didn't particularly feel like I needed one that smelled like the two of them layered. And I can layer those if I want. So I gave it to her because she loves coconut perfumes and she loves it. So... and also the pomegranate flanker, because that one smells like a shampooey version of the Boom Green Tea Cherry Blossom that I love from Jean Arthurs. So that one I think is also really good. I'm trying to think if there's any others that I particularly enjoyed. I actually think this one, I mean, this is one that, like, if it wasn't so shampooey, I'd probably keep it because I'd like to have a proper strawberry perfume, but I find it so hard to get a strawberry perfume out. Like, it's the same with green apple, you know, like I'm just so fussy about those notes. But anyway, if you like shampoo and you like strawberry, I think you'll like it. Now then, what should we do next? I'm putting lots of tall ones up here because I've got a lot of long bottles at the moment. So let's continue with something that I have had for a while, but I hadn't worn yet. Let me get the notes up. So this is one that, I mean, talking of blueberry, I was in the mood for something sweet and sugary. I didn't reach for the original because it was a warmer day and I thought I'm going to just test out the other one that I kept from this little batch. And this is the Pink Sugar Berry Blast. I think most of what I've got here this week is like super affordable. There's only one thing here that's expensive. So there's like a sort of almost cheapy week with some of this, to be honest. So Pink Sugar Berry Blast. This is the pink sugar that has a blueberry note. So I just wanted to try it. I just fancied trying it. I thought this will be interesting. I didn't love it. And I think the reason I didn't love it is because I think having the extra blueberry in here, the extra syrupy fruit, made this more sickly than the original, which leans into being like a little bit more creamy and a little bit more vanillic. And the licorice there with... That's actually strawberry. I think there's a lot of strawberry in that perfume. And with that licorice, I kind of dig it. Like, I like the original. So I wore this one. And actually, I forgot to bring it over. But I ended up... because this is not as strong as the original Pink Sugar, I ended up topping up with the original later on in the evening. And being like, yeah, I much prefer the original. They are so similar. But Berry Blast is just, to me, a little bit lighter, a little bit more sickly and a little bit less creamy and vanillic. So it's just not, I just don't like it as much. And it doesn't, weirdly, it doesn't list having licorice. I'm 100% sure it does because it's so similar to the original Pink Sugar that I can't see that the notes are that different. But the notes they give you are blueberry, blackberry, orange and bergamot. Middle notes are cotton candy, cherry, wild strawberry and cork. Okay. Base notes, caramel, vanilla, tonka bean, cedar and moss. And honestly, let me just have a look at the votes. Yeah, cotton candy, blueberry, caramel, blackberry. Yeah, so this one, I think, less vanilla, less of the kind of creamy yumminess that you get in the dry down of Pink Sugar, less of the black licorice feel, less of the strawberry, and much more juicy, syrupy fruit. And I just don't like it as much. I think it smells a little bit less complex, a little bit less vampy. And weirdly, like Pink Sugar, I think because it's so strong in licorice, smells a little bit more grown up than this one to me. So I'm like, they're similar enough that I don't need both. So these are both going to be declutters, to be honest. I'm starting off with the declutters, not because I don't think they're good perfumes, but I don't think I need them. And then let's do another tall, long, thin one. I don't think I've shown this one for ages, but I do love this perfume. I keep this one next to my bed, and I think I must have had a day where I don't even remember, to be honest, guys. it doesn't feel like it's in any way been a week since I last filmed one of these. Like, I was literally getting ready to talk about what I wore to get my tattoo and what I wore when my friend was over. And then I was like, I've already done that video. Like, I've already talked about those perfumes. So I don't even remember what's happened this week, to be honest. I know it's been Easter. I should have taken... I'll mention it now. I should have taken my Easter weekend off from making videos because I really need a bit of a break. So I'm going to take off next weekend, and then the weekend after I'll do a 2-week version of this for you. I just need a weekend where I don't have any responsibilities to do anything before my stepson comes back from his Easter holidays. So, but this must have been, I reach for this when I need something calming, if I feel a bit rough, for instance, or if I've got a headache, or when I'm going to bed when it's hot. It's just so soothing. I think this perfume is so good, and it's so cheap. Yardley, this is Yardley Lavender, and it's the English Yardley Lavender Contemporary, I think it's called. The contemporary version. It's the one you can easily get hold of. I think the old version maybe has a different box, but I think they still make both. I can't say if they smell different because I've never smelt the old version, but Yardley, extremely affordable perfumes. You can get, I think this is the 50ml. I bought it purely because it fits next to my bed easily, but you can get 125ml bottles of these, and they're probably about 15-20 quid, maybe less if you get a good deal. You can probably in fact you can get this on Amazon. I'll have a link in the information on this video to my Amazon storefront. But yeah, I love this. I've nearly finished the little mini, and I take that away with me when I travel. It's super calming. This is kind of the same as Twilight from Lush in that it doesn't smell the same at all, but they're the things I keep next to my bed as well as chill out. I have 3 lavender perfumes I keep next to my bed. And they're all things that I find soothing, calming, really cozy, help me sleep. This one I wore all day, though, because I was just in that kind of mood. So Yardley Lavender, it is definitely lavender, but I always think it smells like a tea perfume. I think it smells like a lavender-infused, chamomile tea. That's what I get from this perfume. I think it's super pretty, light. My husband always says that I smell good when I wear this, so there's obviously something about it that he likes too. So it's got clary, sage and bergamot in the top. It's got lavender, chamomile, violet, eucalyptus, geranium and jasmine in the mid, and then base notes of woodsy notes, vanilla and patchouli. I don't really get any of those base notes here. I get chamomile, I get lavender, I get sage, I get a bit of bergamot, certainly in the top. I think you get more of that in the top, and then the more it dries down, the more it turns into a lavender chamomile. Like I said, tea-like quality. I guess the eucalyptus here is keeping it fresh and bright. It's just lovely. It's such a comforting scent to me now. Whenever I smell it, I just kind of close my eyes and feel like I'm kind of cozying up, you know. So I wore that for the whole day, which means probably I felt rough. I wonder if I wore that on the day after my friend had been over, because I didn't get to bed till 4:30 in the morning. It's very possible. I can't remember what day that even was, though. Maybe it was a day after, because I'm so old now that if I stayed up late, it throws my entire equilibrium off completely. Anyway, so then let's have a look at the bigger bottles. Let's start with... Oh, okay, hang on. Let me just start with the one that I put on because I changed my perfume before I left work because I wasn't loving the green tea strawberry basil. Oh my god, so good though. Sticking with the delicious herbaceous kind of tangy yummy smell. They don't smell a million miles away from each other in terms of the style of perfume, but this is the Brockard tomato leaf and blackcurrant, sorry. So actually someone asked me, and I only just realised this the other day, but I was at work so I couldn't do anything about it. I haven't replied to any of your comments for ages. I'm really sorry. It's honestly, at the moment, I mean, we're literally just starting the new financial year and it's already very stressful. So yeah, there's a lot of work to be done at the moment. There's a lot of responsibilities. There's a lot of stuff. My mind is elsewhere. So I haven't had time to sit down and do that. But I will respond to you guys as soon as I have time to actually focus and sit and type. But in case the same person's watching again, this is Brockard, but I've had this for many years. You cannot buy these in the UK anymore as far as I'm aware. You used to be able to get them from Bloom Perfumery. I used to get them from a Russian seller via eBay. And because they've still got all the sanctions because of all the stuff going on, so I can't buy Brockard anymore. But I had 3 bottles of this on the go because it used to be my signature scent. So you might have seen one in my empties actually. So this is the one I keep at work, keep here, and then I have one at work that's maybe just a little bit lower than this. And that's, so I put that on before I left because I was like, I wanted something similar to this, but this is more up my street. It's honestly just heaven in a bottle. It's so lush. I understand why I used to wear this all the time. It's really beautiful. Although I think like my tastes have changed so much that this is not the sort of thing I would wear every day now. But I do think it's absolutely lovely. I'll read you the notes and then try to explain it a little bit. It's from the Scents of Nature range. So tomato leaf, blackcurrant, mint, thyme, musk, orange and jasmine. That's what you get. You can very clearly smell tomato leaf. It's not bitter, it's just green. It's herbaceous. There's an aromatic quality to it. The mint keeps it a little bit bright, but it's not like minty toothpastey, you know. There's a very syrupy blackcurrant in this. It's very sweet, but also tangy. You can sense a little, again, like the thyme I think is just adding into this, smelling a little bit like a garden in a beautiful way. But the sweetness and the syrupiness of the blackcurrant keeps it kind of, I'm not sure girly is the word, but keeps it fun and not too serious and not too vegetable or vegetal or garden-like, you know. And then there's definitely a musk that you can sense. And I get a little bit of the jasmine. You know there's florals in here, but it's not like I'm smelling it and going, it's a jasmine perfume. But I absolutely love it. It's totally lovely. I'm just going to see... Yeah, the top comparison to this is Herbe from L'Occitane, and that is accurate. That is a thicker, stronger perfume. This is lighter, kind of more, again, almost aquatic in a way. Could easily, if you told me there was tea in it, I'd be like, yeah, of course. Whereas Herbe is thicker, a little bit more honeyed, a little bit sweeter, but a very similar kind of scent. So if you can't get hold of it, then, you know, maybe go and sniff Herbe and see how you feel. From the Garden, from Maison Margiela has been compared to this. I've not had a chance to smell that yet. And Cassis en Fil from Miller Harris, and I haven't had a chance to smell that either. I don't think it smells like Blackberry and Bay from Jo Malone, but that's compared as well. But that might give you an idea of the kind of scent. Anyway, it's lush, and I think it's beautiful. But yeah, sadly, you can't get it. I'm sorry about that. This one you can get easily. This was on a day where it was still weirdly cold, extremely weird. I swear the UK has turned into like a wind tunnel. I don't, like, just literally the last few years, it's so windy all the time. I feel like our climate has actually changed, which is kind of scary because I hate really gusty, horrible winds. It's like horrible. But anyway, so I wanted comfort. I've got a couple of perfumes here that were about comfort more than anything else. And this one, weirdly, my husband never comments on this, but he came into the room after I'd sprayed this on the other day and he was like, oh, your room smells really nice. And I said, oh, is it me? He came and smelt me and he said, yeah, it's you. Because he doesn't really seem to be too bothered by just perfumes that seem quite vanilla heavy, you know. Angum from Latafa, their interpretation of Burberry Goddess. It's my favourite, probably, version of the Burberry Goddess profile. Possibly tied, it was weird to say it, with the Rare Beauty Eau de Parfum, the Selena Gomez one, because there's something about that one. I don't think it has the lavender, but it still smells so similar to it. That one, there's the caramel in it, I think, which I think is so pretty. And it gives it a similar level of sweetness to this. But I mean, I love the original Goddess. I just decluttered it because once I got this, I was like, I think this one smells a little bit less chemically on me, which is a miracle because Latafa perfumes are nearly always a chemical nightmare for my personal nose. But this one, not so much. Angum is like good. It does smell a tiny bit acrid or like weird when I first spray it in a kind of cleaning producty way, and I think that's to do with the citrus and lavender combo when you first spray it. But you can, I mean, you might even be able to see this was much lighter when I first got it. It's definitely thickened up. The vanilla's got stronger. It has aged really nicely. But this is a gorgeous lavender, vanilla. I always think it smells quite strongly of citrusy ginger as well. There's not as much ginger in this, I don't think, as there is in Goddess. But it's just very nice. And the thing about this one, Angum and Goddess, and all of the versions of this, like, I don't like the Athena version so much because I think that's the most chemically smelling out of all of them. But this one I like in warmer weather. Like when I first tried Goddess, for me it feels like a really appropriate warm weather vanilla. And I guess that's because it's cut through with the kind of aromatherapy feel of that lavender and the fresh spice and kind of almost juiciness of that ginger. So whenever I wear it in colder weather, I don't love it as much as I do when I wear it in warmer weather. Like when it's colder, I'm just going to reach for Mon Guerlain. It's a delicious, sweet lavender vanilla tonka. This one I think I like better in warmer weather. The same that I do with honey perfumes. Like I prefer honey perfumes in warm weather. They just smell better on me. But yeah, this is fantastic and it's such a good price. I highly recommend it if you like. If you don't like lavender, you might not like it. As you can tell from my obsession with the lavender Yardley, I love lavender. So I don't think that this is really strong in lavender, but that's because I'm probably desensitized to it because I wear a lot of lavender perfumes. But the notes in this one, they're listed as ginger, mandarin and pink pepper in the top, mid notes of lavender, praline, cacao, jasmine, base notes vanilla, amber and musk. I think the praline is in here is what makes this feel a little bit sweeter than the original Goddess. I also am sure that there is a wood in here. Like I definitely get a slightly woody dry down, but not in a bad way, like almost like a tiny bit of like a pencil shaving-y thing, which I didn't like so much when I first sprayed it, and then I just got a bit obsessed with it. So yeah, I just think this is a beautiful perfume. I really like it. Yeah, it's lovely. It's a really easy to wear vanilla. I think it's maybe one of my easier vanillas. Maybe not quite as easy as how I feel about what the hell is it called? Fresh Cream from Philosophy. Because there's just something about that hits me in a really good way, and it sort of does work like a vanilla, even though it's kind of cream. But this is up there with like one of the easier reaches when it comes to something that's almost feels like wearing a simple vanilla, even though it's not simple. It's so good. So that one, very delicious. Now then, I'll do this one quickly just because this is a classic, discontinued. I obviously had to wear one of my Lolita Lempickas. I'm actually wearing another Lolita Lempicka today, a different one. Lolita Lempicka Fleur de Fondue, my favourite from the whole collection, sadly no longer made. So this one, notes are mimosa, wormwood, strawberry leaf, stem greens in the top, middle note violet, anise, peony and iris, base notes almond, cherry and musk. I'm into my kind of mimosa-y and mimosa feeling perfumes at the moment. I know those are going to start coming out now. Hopefully it's going to feel like spring rather than feeling like still a little bit wintry and then a couple of days of full-on summer and then back to being a bit wintry again. I really hope we might feel a bit of spring before we actually move into summer. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to wearing some more mimosa perfumes, some like camellia perfumes, like the more fun, cherry blossom, the things that feel really spring-like to me. This one, I love it. It smells like the original Lolita Lempicka EDT, but then with what smells to me like an apple, like an orchardy smelling apple and mimosa note. That's just what I get from it, even though it's wild strawberry. I think wild strawberry always smells a bit like apple to me. I don't know why, but in a way that I prefer it to like apple notes. I don't know. So then again, another comfort day, I wanted to wear a musk, and I was thinking to myself, I have not worn this one for so long. I just wanted to break it out and see how I felt about it. It's really hard to spray it from the smell it from the sprayer. My room's going to smell crazy now. So I wore Jovan musk. This is musk oil, but the spray of it, and this is the eau de toilette, I think. Yeah. You can apparently get an eau de parfum of this. But I really like Jovan musk. I just don't like it as much as Skin Musk, and I don't like it as much as my Just Musk from Mayfair, which apparently is now discontinued, god damn it. And so I put this one on, and I was just thinking, as much as I like this, I understand why I haven't worn it for a while, because I just don't love it as much as I love like the musk that is in Wild Musk and Skin Musk and the SJP Sarah Jessica Parker Lovely Summer. Like, there's a really specific musk that I think is sort of shared between those three. Jovan musk is really nice, but it's a little bit more vintage smelling. It's got more of that kind of Chanel No. 5-y kind of vibe to it, which is beautiful, but I just don't love it as much. It's not like I want to get rid of it, but I was like, I could have put skin musk on and I probably would have been a little bit happier. It was still lovely. I still enjoyed it. But yeah, I definitely think if I was ranking my musks, this wouldn't be at the top anymore. Like, this wouldn't be one of my favourites. I'm just so in love with the kind of warm, soapy... I don't even... Like, it's so hard to differentiate between them. And I think it really is that the others smell more modern to me, and this one smells like it's from the 70s. And maybe that difference is like the 70s style musk versus the more 80s and 90s style musk. Maybe it's because I was born in the early 80s and those are my musks. So maybe I have more of a kind of vibe with them than I do with the more 70s one. But also because I love and have Chanel No. 5 Eau de Parfum. And I can wear that one, you know, if I want that specific kind of vintage smell. But this is, don't get me wrong, this is still lush. It's not going anywhere. I'll probably be in the mood for this specifically. But I think on that particular day, I probably should have just put skin musk on again. Anyway, let's have a look at what they say are the notes here. Because, I mean, it's really difficult with Fragrantica because they don't have the different versions of this. And there are a few different versions of Jovan musk. They've got the Jovan musk, like, cologne spray. That actually comes in 2 different bottles, I think I've seen it in. You can get the musk oil as an oil, you can get the musk oil as a eau de toilette, and you can get the musk oil as a eau de parfum. And in different places, I've seen them with different notes. It only says musk, jasmine, neroli, and bergamot here. I don't actually think that's in any way accurate, but I don't know. I mean, this is still a beautiful perfume. If you like a really classic, warm, kind of golden musk, then you are going to really like this. It has that kind of Egyptian musk kind of smell to it, rather than being like a white musky or a clean musk. It's clean in that it smells kind of soapy still, as a lot of these musks do, but this has a little bit more of a perfumey quality to it, I think, than skin musk does. I'm not sure it's quite as... I mean, it's still quite sweet. It's almost syrupy, this one. And it's a little bit more tangy. Maybe there's more neroli in it, and maybe that's one of the reasons I don't love it quite as much. So it has maybe a little bit more of a green and bitter thing. Whereas skin musk and things that smell like it, there's something about it that has like that kind of clean skin without too much funk. This one's definitely a bit more funky, but still in quite a clean way. It's still beautiful. It's just not my favourite. And then something that I love, but I don't wear that often because my husband says it smells like cucumber to him, and he hates cucumber and he doesn't like things that smell like cucumber. I don't think this smells like cucumber. I really love this. You'll see from the dent that I really love this. Oh, I love this, and it's perfect for this time of year. It's a beautiful spring perfume. Oh, I love it. Actually, it's great in summer as well, to be fair. But I knew I wasn't going to see him for the day, and then he was out in the evening. So I was like, I'm going to wear this today, and I'm going to enjoy it, because I'm not going to stop wearing things just because he doesn't like it. But obviously, I'm not going to make him smell me all day if we're going to spend lots of time together, or all night if we're going to spend time together. I love the colour of this juice. It's so good. It matches exactly, perfectly how it smells. So this is Vera Wang Embrace Marigold and Gardenia. Part of the Embrace range, which I absolutely love and adore 3 perfumes from. So this particular guy, I mean, firstly, I really like Marigold. I want more perfumes with Marigold in. A lot of the perfumes with Marigold in for me smell really vintage, and that's why I tend not to keep hold of them, because I want a more modern... I still want that note. I want it to be able to smell its Marigold, but I want it to be more modern. I don't want it to be quite so vintage. And it doesn't seem to be a particularly fashionable note. If any of you guys know really good modern Marigold perfumes, maybe that aren't like too chemically, if you know my aversion to certain aroma chemicals, then let me know, hit me up. But this one, I'm very happy, and I love this one. I have a backup of it because I love it. So this is melon and mango in the top, middle notes of marigold, gardenia and orange blossom, base notes of cardamom, musk, sandalwood and cedar. I'm interested to see what the votes are here. Yeah, as I thought. So melon is right at the top. This really should be called melon and marigold. That's what it should be called. I don't personally think this smells like cucumber, and I don't like cucumber either, but I'm not getting cucumber for this. I'm getting a nice, sweet melon note. I also get quite a lot of the mango, and that one's voted after the gardenia, which is interesting because I don't get that much gardenia. I get mainly melon, mainly marigold, kind of equal those two, and then I get a little bit of the cardamom and mango. But the mango smells kind of candied to me, so there is like a sugary sweetness in this, even though it doesn't feel as sweet to me as it used to when I used to wear it when I started my channel, because I now wear things that are super sweet. Like this is really sweet, so this doesn't feel so sweet to me anymore. It feels more like, this is like my version of something like J'adore. Not because it smells like J'adore, but like I don't like J'adore. I find it smells like white wine. I find it really screechy and sharp and old-fashioned, and I just don't like it. I've never been able to get on with that perfume. But this is that similar kind of lovely melony smell with a really beautiful floral that kind of smells spring-like and a bit fresh but has a bit of sweetness, you know. So this is my version of that kind of thing, and it definitely smelled a little bit more light and almost, again, a bit white winey. It almost had a little bit more of that feel to it than I'd ever sensed, like back in the day when I first got it. But I still really enjoyed wearing it. I topped it up. I loved it. The melon marigold combination makes me so happy. It's really nice. And again, like maybe like a really modern take of something like Sunflowers or Escape from Calvin Klein, both of which I can't wear. They're just too much for me. Escape is like a headache in a bottle for me. I understand why people like it, but it's too strong, too vintage. I think that one's got marigold in it. I'm not sure. But it smells like a sunshiny, fruity floral, and I love that. So yeah, really, really like this. I did a search, and you can still get it. I've added it to my Amazon shop front, so if you want, you can go and have a look at it. It's still really affordable. It's great that you can still get this. You can still get this, and you can still get the Periwinkle and Iris, but weirdly, I couldn't find the Tuberose one anymore. But I mean, I really like the Embrace range. They're the only Vera Wangs that I really like, so thank you so much for watching, my lovelies. I am a busy girl right now, and like I said, I will take, just for my own mental health and my own like needing to recharge, I'll take off next weekend, so I won't be back with what I wore last week next weekend, but I will come back with a 2-week version of what I wore last fortnight the week after. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Let me know what you've been up to. Let me know what you've been wearing. I promise I will get to responding as soon as I can. It's just been honestly non-stop since January in terms of life and work. But I am a very happy bunny, so don't be worrying about me. I'm just, you know, my energy levels, my energy's been taking up elsewhere. So thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.